Hello and welcome back to World 360. A black page for Italy was what Italian Foreign Minister Luigi Di Maio called the government's collapse on Wednesday. We played with the future of the Italians, he had said. Italy, the third largest economy in the European Union, has been grappling with slowing growth, inflation, and higher borrowing costs. To add to the country's economic woes, a political crisis erupted this week. Italian Prime Minister Mario Draghi officially resigned on Thursday. And now the parliament is expected to be dissolved so that snap elections can take place. What's tragic is that Draghi, a former European Central Bank president, took up his post as PM in February last year at a time of uncertainty, when the public was looking towards him to pull them out of the pandemic and an economic slump. Don't forget that Italy was one of the worst hit when the pandemic began in 2020, racking up numerous COVID infections and deaths. But when Draghi, dubbed Super Mario, came into power in February last year, the public was banking on him to pull them out of this uncertainty. But now he has left behind a renewed sense of uncertainty by exiting the top post. So what exactly triggered this political mess in Italy? Let's rewind to the political conditions under which Draghi first came into power in February last year. At the time, the previous centre-left coalition under Premier Giuseppe Conte collapsed. Conte, who is the president of the leftist FiveStar Movement, had previously served as Prime Minister from June 2018 to February 2021. The coalition fell apart after a small party called Italia Viva withdrew its support, which meant that the cabinet lost the necessary working majority in the parliament. Now, in February 2021, Draghi was tapped as Prime Minister and secured a major backing from the parliament for the formation of his government. Now, the FiveStar Movement was a key player in making this happen. Two other coalition parties, the anti-immigration Lega Party and the centre-right Forza Italia Party, were also key partners. The FiveStar Movement, however, has been quite controversial. It had initially backed the government's decision to send arms to Ukraine, but recently began speaking against the use of arms and called for dialogue with Russia instead. It was issues like these that forced Italy's Foreign Minister Di Maio, the man who referred to the current moment in Italy's history as a black page, to leave the FiveStar Movement and take a number of his own lawmakers with him. This move split the FiveStar Movement, and though Di Maio seemed to place his support behind Draghi, this move ended up providing Draghi with more obstacles in an already fragile coalition government. The political crisis we are seeing today appears to be a case of history repeating itself. Once again, another coalition government has fallen apart in Italy after fellow coalition partners withdrew their support. On Wednesday, Lega, Forza Italia and FiveStar Movement boycotted a vote of confidence in Draghi's leadership. Though Draghi ended up winning the confidence vote, it was clear that his victory was short-lived, with his closest allies abandoning him. This is what eventually led to Draghi's resignation and yet another government collapse in Italy. Draghi had in fact attempted to resign last week, but his resignation was rejected by President Sergio Mattarella, who asked him to appeal to lawmakers in a speech. The speech, as evident today, did little to stop Draghi's three coalition partners from abandoning him. So where does Italy go from here? Draghi has handed in his resignation, but the president has asked him to remain in office in a caretaker capacity, and snap elections in September-October look quite probable. Keep in mind, however, that a snap vote being held in the latter half of the year in Italy is extremely rare. As a Reuters report points out, the last time this happened was during World War II. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint. Do subscribe to ThePrint and follow us on social media.